What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about 5 shoes to stay away from. So a little bit of a different video. I'm not recommending shoes, but I'm actually recommending shoes to stay away from. Before we get into it, this is of course a very personal list. I've tested a lot of shoes over the past year and also through my entire life while playing basketball, and everyone's feet are different and everyone likes different things in shoes. So this is my personal list of shoes that I didn't like and that I don't recommend. So I'd be very interested to know if you agree or also if you disagree. Let me know why and let me know if I missed a shoe, if there's a shoe you would definitely stay away from. I'd be very interested to hear that. With that being said, let's get straight into it and start with the first pair. It's a pair that released last year already. It's the Nike GD Cut 2, but I really disliked them. That's why I wanted to include them in the list. Unfortunately, even though I like the design, I think they look very nice, I just couldn't come to terms with this shoe just because mainly the fit. They're incredibly narrow and I have very wide feet. Apart from that, if you have narrow feet, I still wouldn't recommend them just because the tongue just doesn't stay in place. It keeps moving around. It's incredibly annoying. It's not connected to the shoe, so it really just moves around. You can like literally pull it out like that all the way over. No matter how tightly you tighten down the laces or tie down the laces, the tongue will always move around, going from side to side. That will lead to the laces pinching into your feet. So it's just incredibly annoying and can also have negative effects on performance of the shoe. Another thing is the traction setup. It's incredibly good for outdoors. So if you have narrow feet, if you play outdoors, and if you can maybe somehow fix the issue with the tongue. I heard some people laced the laces through those little holes here in the tongue. Maybe that works. I didn't try it just because I didn't like the shoe. Maybe then these could be nice for you. But indoors, they take a lot of time to break in. In general, the materials, the fit, everything on this shoe takes for ages to break in. And I had a lot of comments saying, yeah, just give them time. They need like 3 to 4 weeks of breaking time. But then I'm thinking, why should I play with a shoe like that needs so much time to break in if I could just take, for example, the GD Cut 3, also similar retail price, similar looks, similar design, way better performer in my opinion, takes almost no time to break in. So I'm just thinking, why would I need so much time to break in a shoe? If I just don't like them, then they're not for me. So that's why I also wanted to give my recommendation to stay away from them. Let me know if you agree. I know it's a very controversial shoe, but I just didn't like them at all. And if you want a GD Cut model, I would go for the 1s or for the 3s. The next shoe, not going to be as controversial, the Zion 3 SE or also the regular Zion 3. They just don't work. The traction performance doesn't work on clean courts. It's alright. On dusty courts, it's absolutely terrible. They pick up so much dust and they're also extremely narrow. That's why I personally also just can't fit in them properly. I don't like the materials a lot. They're very thick on the SEs, even more stiff than the regular Zion 3s. The support features are actually alright, and I do like the cushioning setup. The drop-in midsole, especially here with the full-length Zoom Air, it's nice, but the traction performance just is so bad that you can't play with them really. They were so hyped and I had really high expectations for them because when they first leaked, they looked like a modern day Kobe, and I thought finally Nike is giving us a shoe with drop-in again and they're going into the direction of the Kobe 9 or Kobe 11, but sadly they just didn't manage to put on a well-performing shoe on the market. If you want a drop-in midsole, if you want a Kobe alternative, the best shoe in my opinion that you can get is the Way of Wade 808 Ultra. You can get the Ultra or just the regular 803 or also the Ultra Volume 2. All of them have a drop-in midsole. The Ultra and the Ultra Volume 2 have a full-length boom midsole, and they are amazing performance. They are kind of what I expected the Zion 3 to be, so I can highly recommend them. They are also the same retail price. Definitely, if you want Kobe's, go for these and stay away from the Zions. Then the next pair on this list, it's also probably a bit more controversial. It's the Jordan 38. And I actually like everything about this shoe, but there's a big but, like with all these shoes on this list, the outsole durability is trash. It's terrible. I played with them like, I don't know, 3-4 times maximum, and the outsole here is starting to rip off. On this shoe, it's still better, but here, as you can see, the whole thing is starting to peel off. And I even had a sequence where I got the outlet pass off the rebound, I was dribbling up the court, and I didn't even do a crazy hard lateral step or anything. I was just running up the court, and I slipped because this area right here, the outsole, it just ripped off while I did that step. So like on my other shoe, there's a part missing right here, and I slipped out of nowhere. Everybody was laughing at me because it looked really funny. I was just dribbling up the ball and I slipped, and that's why I haven't practiced with them since. And it's just sad that this shoe retails for 200 euros or dollars. It's got overall great performance. I love the cushioning setup. I love the materials. I love the support features. And also traction performance is decent. But how can it be that a 200 euro or dollar shoe has such bad durability? That's why I would definitely stay away from them. If you're looking for something similar with a very comfy cushioning setup, with good traction performance, with nice supportive features, then I would go for the KD16. I know they're not a high top, but they have an amazing cushioning setup, very similar to the Jordan 38, great traction performance, and they're also more durable. And if you want a high top that also has great cushioning and great support, then I would go for the AE1s. They are heavier than the Jordan 38s or the KD16s, but if you want that high top feel, then go for those. The next shoe on this list is also probably going to be a little bit more controversial than the Zion 3. It's another shoe from Nike, the Nike GT Hustle, actually another shoe from the GT series, and actually it's GT Hustle 2. And the reason why I don't like them is because they don't have a shank plate and hence they don't have good torsional support. They're just a little bit too soft also from the cushioning setup. Very comfortable. I love the design of the shoe. I actually have a second colorway, the pink one here. I absolutely love the design. They look beautiful on foot in my opinion as well. Love the little Nike sign here in the back, kind of retro futuristic vibes mixed together. I do really like that. Traction performance is decent, even though it looks a little bit weird. The pattern is definitely an eye catcher, but it works. However, as I said, support just isn't there. You can almost bend them all the way together, which should not be the case, especially not in the midfoot. If the toe area flexes, that's alright, because that's also where your foot is flexible. But if the midfoot flexes, that's actually where a shoe should be very supported. Just to show what I mean, I'm going to take a pair, let's say Kobe 6s, which have very good support. They flex a little bit here in the toe area, but the midfoot is perfectly stable. You can't bend them, and that's how it's supposed to be, and that's why I don't like playing with the GT Hustle 2. I wore them for a couple of practices, but I never felt safe and secure, and that's why I think you should stay away from them. They also have a really high retail of 200 euros or dollars, and for that you could at least expect a plastic shank in the midfoot like for the GT Cut 3. They also don't have the best torsional support, but at least they have a plastic shank so they don't bend as much and you can twist and turn them around like crazy like the GT Hustle 2. If you want, again, a shoe with a nice soft cushioning setup, soft materials and a comfy feel overall, I would again recommend the KD16, maybe also the LeBron 21, also the AE ones if you want a high top, I mentioned these before, and even the Harden Volume 8s, although the forefoot is a little bit lower to the ground. But as I said, a shoe without a shank plate for 200 euros or dollars, I would stay away from these. And then last but not least on this list, or maybe actually we could say it's least because I don't recommend these shoes, the Curry 2 Retro. Again, I love the design, I like the looks of the shoe, I like this colorway especially as well, but they also just don't have enough support for my liking. Especially here in the heel area, you can just bend them together just by using your fingers, and that's something that shouldn't happen. I just have the feeling that my Achilles is not protected, my heel is not protected, and they also don't have the best torsional support. As you can see, a lot of flex here in the fore and midfoot. Apart from that, relatively solid performance. Traction performance was good, they actually even squeak, and the cushioning setup is also what you can expect from Curry shoe, relatively low to the ground with not the best impact protection. I actually really like the materials in the forefoot, very soft, very comfortable. The tongue as well, very soft, very padded, elastic. I like all of that about the shoe, but just the support features, I would never wear them for a 5-on-5 practice or for a game, just for a light shoot around. Nice shoe, but if you don't have the money to have multiple pairs of shoes and this is the one pair you want to get, I wouldn't recommend getting them. If you want to get a Curry sneaker, I can recommend the Curry 11 or the Curry 10 and also the Curry 4 Retro if you want to get an older model. I haven't tried the one, so I can't speak on them, but these are the models I can recommend. They all have excellent traction performance, low to the ground cushioning setup, almost no impact protection, but very good court feel, nice soft materials and great support. So I can definitely recommend them. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if I missed any shoes, let me know if you disagree. And if you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, comment your thoughts, and see you next time.